What's up, guys? Josh back with JF Trading. Hope the day is going well. Wow, we are bouncing. We are back towards the range we traded in for a couple of weeks prior, and we're right back to highs, guys. It's been quite the move, quite the bounce. We bounced directly off the 235 level, and we are now almost to 240. If you can notice, the volume we've traded on is very, very low, uncharacteristically low for this time in the day. We haven't even hit 50 million shares yet. That's very drastically low. Liquidity-wise, the stock market is not doing very well. The liquidity is down quite drastically. Not a lot going on. There really has not been a lot of trading to begin with. Let me tell you how many trades have been going on right now. There's been 120,000 individual trades fired off in the SPYs there, if you can see that. That's a very low number. It's obviously markets are a little weak right now. I hate to say weak. They're weak to the strong side. They're weak to the upside in the sense that there's not really enough crazy news going on for the markets to slam the bids and sell it low or back below that 236 level. We have Trump talking some decent business over in Saudi Arabia, signed that big weapons deal. A lot of people I figured had a more hawkish idea of what he was going to do over there. He's ending up being quite the opposite, actually. He's quite the dove. He's trying to broker some peace in the Middle East, which is something we desperately need, which is what we've needed for quite some time. So let's see if that'll be the catalyst that spurs us above the 240.67 level here in the overall markets. If you guys have been following around, if you've been following my analysis, you've been making money. Crude, dead bounce, straight back above 50. We are trading now at, almost $51, or $58.98 right now. Markets are closed there, so don't expect too much action in the rest of the day on that regard. But if you can see, we're holding this level pretty significantly at the 50.84 level. So let's keep it above 50. Anything above 50 is a good sign, in my opinion. Gold, same kind of deal, same kind of bounce. It almost looks like we're trading 1-to-1 with crude. So if we can zoom in here and we can see that dead cat bounce off of 1220, and now we are trading back towards this range, which is let's pull that up for you. My goodness gracious, this chart is all messed up. I apologize, guys. So it's back towards the intermediate trading range it was in over the last few months back here in March, and that looks like a base of about 1245. So we're in the 1260s right now. Let's see if we can get a thrust on top of this middle fan right here that we're trading on, and then we're also coming up on another pivot level. So a lot of relative levels coming up. Don't expect too much volatility in the gold markets right now. I think all of this global tension right now has investors sitting on their hands trying to figure out what in the hell is actually going on and what is actually going to happen. So that's just an overall view of some of the main traders in the overall markets. Let's run through some names. Mankind, for all you bag holders out there, you're finally having a decent day. I'm hoping you had some massive size at the dollar level and you're selling it here. Obviously, the stock twits community has been all over this one. We all know that. We had that triple bounce off of the dollar level. If you can zoom out, you can see it better. The dollar level, for anyone who's not an active trader, is an incredibly fun one to play. It gets super reserved, iceberg orders on both sides. Gets a very fakey, and clearly this stock bounced. So investors want Mankind to trade a little higher here. This is one of those cult stocks that I stay away from. I want nothing to do with this at the end of the day. It's had quite the track record. If you can see this, I've seen a lot of guys burn up accounts in this one. So be careful. I actually took a position in VIRT today. I invested in a couple $1,000s, a small position relatively speaking. But I like the onset of a more volatile market coupled with the consolidation of the high-frequency trading business. Obviously, yields have shrunk tremendously in that business just because of the fragmentation in the market. Virtue and Citadel are obviously the two big boys. Virtue has been going around gobbling up a lot of small shops. They just recently acquired all of Knight Capital Group's shares for I think $20 a share, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I believe it was $20. But I think in 5-6 years, even sooner, I think in the next 3 to 5 years, we see two market makers that control whatever 45-50% of all of the volume in the market, and that's going to be Citadel and Virtue, in my opinion. So if you can see here, this pop that we had in this general area was on the news of them acquiring KCG. They sold off, and we're back down to this relative range around this 15.5 to 16 point. Could be a good long-term price to establish a position in. If you can zoom out to the monthly, you can see how we're kind of trading a little bit below the 50% inflection point. I'd even argue closer towards the 23.8. So this is, I'm not necessarily swinging massive size here. I've been slowly putting thousands away to kind of just save a little bit. Starting to pick some stocks. I'll let you know how this plays out. I'll keep you in tune. Keep an eye on Virtue, though. They had a pretty poor quarter. They missed earnings pretty bad. Stock shrugged it off. And the way that I see it is when the markets are super volatile, these companies are going to kill it. Virtue, Citadel, Knight, all these big market makers make a lot of money when markets are very volatile. However, when they're not, their numbers go down pretty drastically, but the percentage yields and the multiples that are assumed on stocks like these don't really change quarter over quarter in a drastic way, which is something that really surprised me. I think their revenues were down something like 50-something%, and the stock's still trading at the same multiple for the most part. So that's an interesting thing to keep an eye on. So to the downside, the multiple risk is very low, but to the upside, I think this is a stock that bids much higher in a volatile, choppy market where there's a lot of panic. So keep an eye on that, guys. Appreciate you watching. Hope the day went well for you. If you'd like to recommend a stock, please comment down below. If I messed anything up, also comment down below. Please like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Thanks for watching, guys. I will be back with you tomorrow morning. Best of luck trading. It is May 22nd, 3:27 p.m. Best of luck, guys. Signing off. Cheers.